It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's time to get into formation. We gotta get ready for the battle. So call on your brothers and sisters. We gotta turn back to the scriptures. Stop making it all about you. Them preachers, they got it confused. Come out of her. Cause Yahuwah is our deliverer. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power in unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. Lace up them boots. We gotta move step mode, put on camouflage. We gotta be wise. Open your eyes to the most high in the sky. We must stop arguing, it's irrelevant. You must live in the Torah, it's heaven sent. You will put it in your heart, fulfilling the word of the new covenant. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power in unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's Michael Israel, and you are watching Spiritual Combat. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Got a quick lesson introduction, and this is going to be part one of a series, Unbinding the Strong Man. You already know the way it's going now. This I'm not sure how long this series is gonna go, but it'll definitely be a very edifying series. Definitely be hitting on some stuff that needs to be hit on. Okay. But yeah, so again, the title of this is of this lesson is Unbinding the Strong Man. Like I said, it will be a series. And all right. So with that said, shalom Emma, shalom Bedadiah, shalom to everybody watching on YouTube and Facebook. Let's see. Alright. Hold on. Alright. Trying to get my feed up over here. And like I said, this isn't going to be a real long lesson today. It's going to be rather be pretty quick. Shalom to y'all watching over on YouTube. Wow. Can't catch a break today. The connection's acting all up. Whatever, man. Y'all let me know if it's skipping over there. Give me thumbs up if over there on YouTube if everything's going smooth. Shalom to y'all on YouTube though. Virtuous, shalom. My man Ricky, good to see you in there. Shalom. And shalom to, all right. Good. You gave me thumbs up over there. We're good. So anyway, the title of this, and this is just going to be the introduction to it. A matter of fact, just for the sake of clarity, let me go ahead and put a part 1 up there, the intro to Unbinding the Strong Man. Originally, this message was going to be titled The Making of Weak Men or something to that extent, but I wanted to, trying to keep it edifying, you know what I'm saying? So I changed the title of it to Unbinding the Strong Man. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to change the name of it right now. I'm going to put a part 1. Bam. Okay, so I'm going to be banging into it. So yeah, and this is really going to just be a brief intro to a lot of stuff we're going to be talking about. But our men have been spiritually bound, physically bound, you name it. They have been bound in a lot of ways. And as you know, if you want to take down a nation, conquer the house, you know the scripture, you must first what? Bind the strong man. You can't take over the house unless you have that man taken down first. And what you've seen all through the word, all through the book, even at the very beginning of the Bible in Genesis, Satan's strategy for taking down the man is not a direct assault. He's a deceiver. Deceptive, when you use art of deception, you never do a direct approach. Okay? He's opposite. He comes opposite whatever's in the word, but in a subtle way that to where you won't be aware of it. You know what I'm saying? So when we read the word and we look at it concerning this topic from this perspective, you see his strategy. It's one of the major threads running all through the book is him binding the strong man, his efforts. You know what I'm saying? And with the Most High, one of the things the Most High does all through his book is shows you how to not get bound or how to unbind yourself. But what happens in this Roman religion we've been given, Christianity, this religion of the Roman Empire, it's a religion of another nation that they put a deceptive name on. Okay, so what they've done is one of the main threads in Christianity or in that Roman religion is what it does is binds the strong man. Okay, and one of the things is this Roman religion, or the revised Roman Empire, this last empire, has influenced the whole world. So you see, and as I go through this lesson, I'm going to show you where there's a direct correlation between what this society does, or what they would call this Roman culture we live in, American culture, European culture, whatever you want to call it, and what the so-called Christian church does, or Catholicism, whatever you want to call it, with this Greco-Roman entity that has merged itself with our book. It's like the mother of harlots, so it's merged itself with or you call it the religio-political establishment. What they've done is they mimic each other. When you see the result of what they're doing, it does the same thing. It binds men. That's why we have an epidemic of men bound by pornography addiction, bound by deep-seated hurts, bound by emasculinity, bound by homosexuality, bound by all these different, bound by immaturity, bound by a lack of ability to control their emotions, to be mature leaders of our nation and of our homes, bound by all these. They're just spiritually bound and unable to lead and defend their homes and their nations and our women and our children. It's an epidemic. It's widespread. It is the elephant in the room in our nation, the nation of Israel. And if we don't get unbound, we will not be able to, or let me word this a different way. In order for us to take our rightful role as leaders in our homes, in order for us to take our rightful role and become a nation, in order for us to take our rightful role as the leaders and the light and the salt of this earth, as the rulers of this earth, as rulers of kings and priests, in order for us to do this, we have to get unbound spiritually, okay, as men, okay, and it's in the book. It said, children are their oppressors, and their women rule over them. And Christianity is that establishment, that doctrine, that entity of Christianity, not Christians, not the people. We're talking about their deceptive doctrine is what binds men. It's what emasculates men. It's what keeps our men bound and unable to really stand up and to walk as men. And it does it in a lot of deceptive ways that I understand. A lot of people are mad because of the way I teach this, because they are unaware of what I'm really saying and what I really see. But the thing is, I've been heavily in Christianity since I was 10 years old. At the age of 27, the Most High pulled me out of it and put me on my path, on my education of masculinity. It started my education in true masculinity and true biblical masculinity. My education in true biblical Hebraic masculinity started at 27. Okay, that's when I truly embarked on it. Until then, I was just seeing all these weak areas in my life. And then I embarked on that journey. And all to come to a point of where I'm at today, where now I am ready to give back and get other men unbound, so that they could be true leaders, true examples of what a man is supposed to be in their house. They can be an example to their sons, so their sons know what it looks like to be a true man. They could be examples to their daughters, so their daughters know what it looks like, what a real man looks like, so they can choose a real man to marry, so that they can avoid these. I'm trying to come up with the best word to hit it the hardest, so that they can avoid these emasculated, bound men who destroy families and nations. Whether they do it unaware or whether they're semi-aware or whatever, these men who who come across nice and friendly and cupcake and bubblegum, but they're really ravening wolves inside. They really have agendas, whether they be sexual agendas to molest people or to dog women out, to take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, if we don't have masculine examples, not a bunch of talking, not a bunch of scripture reading, and you reading scriptures, the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, and you talk like a fairy, but you reading all these. No, works, faith without works is dead. If you don't exude masculinity, if you don't actually rule and function as a true man, if you're a bound man talking a bunch of stuff, look no further than Christianity. Look, it's in the Hebrew Israelite community too. You could look at there's Hebrew Israelite teachers out there who just tiptoe through the tulips and don't come down the middle with stuff. Okay? It's detrimental. And if you want to look around and you want to see the main problem plaguing us in the Hebrew Israelite community, is bound men. And what happens, you have a lot of Hebrew Israelite teachers or religious teachers, whatever you want to call it, unknowingly teaching revised Roman Empire religion. They unknowingly bind men. They don't realize it. And some of them do realize it because they're there to take advantage for filthy lucre's sake, for the sake of getting a fake power rush, you know, because some of these bound men just want power. They don't want to see people grow. Okay, it's all through it. I mean, I keep going look at these Christian pastors. They're the perfect examples of how you should not be as a man. That's why I have to keep going to it, because it's the most widespread everywhere you look. If they're a mega church pastor, if they're a pastor of a large congregation, they're feminized. They're not an example of what a man looks like. You get a better example. Like DMX is a better example of what a man should be, just in his behavior, and than a Christian pastor. I'm just telling you. You got a lot of gang members. They'll tell you. I've talked to them. Thugs in the street. They'll tell you. They say, you know what? Yeah, I knew being a gang member was bad, you know, but I had a choice. Go in one of these gay churches or become a thug. And they say, you know what? I vote to keep my masculinity. I'm going to just go in here. Because I'm going to be honest, it's easier to unbind a gangster out of that gang lifestyle and bring him into true Hebraic lifestyle than it is somebody who has a spirit of feminization on them, or a spirit of emasculation. That's a heavy demon. That's it, and you see it all through the book, all through the Bible. Satan always he would seek to. It's written, you must first bind the strong man. You look in these churches and all you see is a bunch of, come on now. Go there, look in the choir, you know. You see some dude, you know, if he had a skirt on and a wig, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a woman. Because that's how these men look. And and full of pride. Because and for a lot of them, it's gonna take the Most High humiliating them to humble them down to really accept what I'm bringing. You look in these churches, and the homes are a disaster. If people have been ingesting emasculating doctrine, their home is going to be a wreck. That is in Christianity. That is in the Hebrew Israelite community. It don't matter. It's across the board. But I'm telling you what it stems from. It's just Babylonian religion repackaged as a Greco-Roman religion with a deceiving name put on top of it, Christianity. We're followers of Christ, but they're not. They're followers of what they are. They're followers of the books of Paul misinterpreted. And that is why they walk around bound. That's why you see a lot of child molestation. That's why you see a lot of single women. That's why you hear a lot of marital problems. That's why you see out of orderness. That's why you see men just kind of sitting in the corner bound and just letting the spirits of these wicked pastors pillage their homes. They're not standing up in it. They're not being an example. They're not willing to stand up and take charge in their homes. You see what I'm saying? And it has to it's deception, and it has to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? So in this series, Unbinding the Strong Man, I'm gonna show men where, hey man, these areas you literally are gonna begin to have to stand up in your home and stand up for yourself. I'm gonna show the men how to stand up. But the first thing that the men have to do is humble down and look at themselves for real and say, you know what? You know, I do let my woman run over me. You know, I am kind of emasculated. I am kind of feminized. You know, a lot of men, because they don't know how to get those spirits off them, they just kind of rationalize and make excuses, and they'll fight you and challenge you on stuff. But we can't come together as a nation. I would not come together with you if you are emasculated. I wouldn't. There's a lot of dangerous things that could come of that. You know, when you don't have control over your emotions, when you let feelings and stuff have more influence over you than thus saith the Most High Yah, thus saith logical things. That is the telltale sign of an emasculated man, where his emotions and stuff like that have more control over him. His fears, I'm not going to stand up to her. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be she's going to get mad. You know, or, you know, they're just giving over to certain spirits that have taken influence over. We got to go to war with these spirits and get these spirits off of us. The demonic influences, we have to get them off of us. Okay? Otherwise, they have detrimental results. Because these same men that are effeminate and just kind of ignoring this effeminate spirit that's on them and making excuses, it's a spiral effect down. It gets worse and worse to the point where then you're transferring that spirit. You're molesting the kids. You're cheating on the wife. You know, you're letting your house get destroyed. You know? And all types of other behaviors. Get mad if you want. If you got a problem, what I've done here is, you see, I put info at spiritualcombat.org. You can email me. We could talk it out. It ain't an issue. I'm not an effeminate man. I don't get mad when people confront me. I encourage it. And it's not going to be some anger, vendetta thing. Check me. If you feel what I'm saying is off, come and let's reason this thing out. But I will move to tell you what I'm saying is 100, and I get confirmation every day. Real world front line confirmation that what I'm saying is 100. I already know it's 100 because it's in the book. I can't tell you the number of times in the book it's warning you about women. You're seeing examples of men not stepping up and being 100 about this word. For what? For filthy lucre's sake, for fear's sake, for greed's sake, for power lust's sake. Spiritual Combat Ministries, combat life. We're about that warfare. We're about that confrontation. We with it all day. And we welcome it. Not in some bold, come on man, step to me type dog way. Hit me up. I put the email up there because it is people have made it known to me that there's people who got an issue with, I say, women and men alike. I'm the dude. Like, it ain't going to go past the email or whatever. We can talk it out. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to continue going straight down the middle with this. I'm not veering left. I'm not veering right. Coming straight down the middle. And, you know, I'm shaking heavy and I'm moving hard. And it is what it is. Because we can't do nothing. I can't come together. I don't rock with men who are feminized. So I'm not building no nation with no effeminized men. It's just not going to happen. I'm not having my kids around effeminized men. It's dangerous. Look at all these pastors molesting people. Look at all these Christians beating their wives. And it's in the Hebraic community too. Like, I get the cause. Like, among our people. Among black, or you call us the Hebrews, whatever, is going down. There's a lot of rocky matches going on up in these relationships. Why? Because of effeminized leaders, bound leaders, okay? So yeah, y'all, that's the introduction to my series, Unbinding the Strong Man. I'm going to be banging hard on this. This for the fellas, man. And it's good for the women to hear, because I'm going to show the women how to unbind their man if he's bound. Because I get a lot of messages from women that, hey, my man's bound. What do I do? Do I nag him harder? No. You got to encourage that man. So we're going to get into all that in this series. Like I said, if you ain't feeling it, you can message me. You can message me in all caps with 4-letter words. You know, we'll talk it out. I understand why you're going to be mad. Hit me up, man. I'm the dude. So anyway, with that said, y'all, I got to get to work, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. And shalom, y'all.